When President Eisenhower signed the bill creating NASA, there were fears in Washington that the U.S. was being left behind by the Soviet Union. Space exploration has always been a matter of geopolitical prestige for the U.S.
You'll be sure we are behind, and will be behind for some time in manned flight. But we do not intend to stay behind.
But national politics have been key too, and one reason why a coherent long-term plan for NASA has been impossible. For example, George W. Bush directed NASA to return to the moon, only to have President Obama scrap those plans and direct NASA to land on an asteroid, with Mars a long-term goal. Now Donald Trump has ordered NASA back to the moon.
This time, we will not only plant our flag and leave our footprint, we will establish a foundation for an eventual mission to Mars.
If the kind of political leaders keep moving the goalposts around, changing destinations from an asteroid to the moon to Mars, I mean, these are long-term horizon goals that are going to take decades to achieve in a lot of cases. So we need to have like one goal.
The plan is for U.S. astronauts to be back on the moon by the mid-2020s, but time frames keep being pushed back. And it should be noted that the U.S. can't even ferry astronauts to the International Space Station, let alone the moon. NASA has been reliant on Russian spacecraft since the space shuttle was discontinued. President Obama pushed private-public partnerships with Boeing and SpaceX to create U.S. spacecraft, but they're well behind schedule. That may mean no U.S. presence at all on the ISS for a time.
And liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery.
U.S. priorities shift for human space travel, but that represents just one of 4 areas of activity for NASA. The others are aeronautics, science, and space technology. Here, innovation continues with unmanned space travel, satellites, and space telescopes. NASA isn't just studying outer space, but the Earth, too. And when Donald Trump named climate change denier Jim Brandenstein as NASA administrator, there were fears that Earth sciences would suffer. But remarkably, after 6 weeks in the job, Bridenstine converted.
I don't deny the consensus that the climate is changing. In fact, I fully believe and know that the climate is changing. I also know that we, human beings, are contributing to it in a major way.
This year, Congress passed the highest budget for NASA since 2009, rejecting the Trump administration's attempts at cuts. So even as uncertainty and delay characterize NASA's human missions into space, for the moment at least, the agency's urgent investigations into the state of our own planet are secure. Shia Britansi, Al Jazeera.